Yeah, man!
Hello, my name is Miguel, and today I'm gonna make for you chicken coconut curry stew. Alright, so you're gonna need about a pound of chicken. There about 2 tablespoons of curry powder, quarter cup coconut milk, 4 garlic cloves, stalk of scallion, an onion, medium-sized onion, tablespoon basil, dried basil, and a tablespoon dried parsley, along with quarter teaspoon or half a teaspoon of dried pimento berries, half Scotch bonnet pepper, half of quarter cup of cooking oil. I use coconut oil, a tablespoon of salt. I use sea salt. You can use any of these herbs fresh. Visit JamaicaDinners.com for the recipe. And the herbs are optional. I'm going to get my chicken coconut curry stew going. So I'm going to start by removing the dying leaves from the scallion. Cut off ends. Tip of the leaf that's dying, cut that off. And the root end. If you're not sure, do as you see me doing. Time stick. We're using 4 garlic cloves. So peel the garlic cloves, remove the leaf, cut off ends, trim spoilage. Use good garlic. This bunch here is bad. All of them is bad. I'll get me some fresh garlic. These are better. You're gonna keep one of these garlic whole. You'll see why. Now peel onion. I just cut the onion in half. It's easier to handle. And then I just remove the brown leaf. The first layer of the onion is the strongest. Only remove it if it's spoiled. Trim off spoilage. If there's any spoilage, trim that off. Oh yes, this is natural cooking. I'm going to make sure they tell you that from now. So I'm not adding any powdered seasoning whatsoever. So I'm using a piece of ginger, cut piece of ginger, like about quarter piece between half piece ginger. Wash the skin properly because the minerals are in the skin. Skin of the ginger. Now I'm going to rinse these properly. Alright, get a bowl, add some water. It's best if you do this part under fresh running water. Alright, drizzle a couple drops of white vinegar in the bowl of water. Wash off the garlic, wash off the pepper, wash the ginger. Remember, the skin of the ginger is mineral, so if you can keep the skin of the ginger on, that's best. Wash the scallion, leaf of the scallion properly, because sometimes the dirt is on the scallion's leaf. So wash the leaf of the scallion properly by rubbing your fingers on it. And sometimes the thyme mildews, so you gotta wash that out properly. So once you do that, you just give it a final rinse on a fresh running water. This is curry chicken with coconut milk. It's different from regular curry chicken. I like to separate things. I am Mr. Coordinator, trust me. Dice scallion, fine. Dice onion as well. I like to slice my onions, but you can dice it if that's what you do, because all of this vegetable is going to break down in a stew anyway. Scotch bonnet pepper, I gotta wait for last because it's hot and I don't want it to make the blade spicy. And then I touch it, and then touch all the vegetables, and then I rub my eyes, and then it burn me. So I like to cut the Scotch bonnet last. All right. So now you see me grinding the garlic to puree. You can mash the garlic as well. Remember, save one, because we're going to use it along with the ginger and burn the curry. A method we call burning the curry. You're going to see that. Alright, so keep ingredients separate. See, I'm not going to cut anything else. And when holding these Scotch bonnet pepper, hold the surface. If you hold the surface, there's no way the heat can get on you. So just hold the surface of the Scotch bonnet pepper. The heat is in the inside. If you touch that and rub your eyes, it won't hurt you or anything, but it would burn you for a while. It would burn you, seriously burn you. Just burn you. It won't hurt you. Just burn you. The only way it probably hurt you unless you rub it too much. You just have to leave it and bear out the pain and bear out the heat. So these hot peppers that's ripened, I just put them in my pickled Scotch bonnet pickled pepper, and the green ones I'm gonna let them ripe. Just leave them out and allow them to ripe. Alright, put these aside for that. But first, I want to add the herbs. Remember now, anybody who know me by now, y'all know I'm the herb man. Call me the herb man. Alright, so this part is optional. I'm measuring and adding and placing and putting aside a tablespoon of dried parsley. Now I'm adding basil. Remember now, the herbs is optional. You can use whatever you're accustomed to. If you want to use the powdered seasonings, it's fine by me. I'm not eating it. Now, measure about half tablespoon dried pimento berries and place on the plate as well. Alright, poultry time. Poultry. Anyway, I say right there, alright, time for the chicken. Alright, today I'm just cooking a chicken's breast. I don't have to do that much cleaning. It's a fresh, clean piece of chicken's breast. Alright, I like to rip off the skin of the chicken's breast or any part of the chicken that I'm using. I also like to trim, use a sharp knife and trim off any excess fat that tends to be around and sometimes in between the chicken. If you're using a thigh, a chicken's thigh, you gotta clean it properly because it tends to be more messier than any other part of the chicken. Now I'm just cleaning out the bony part of the breast. It's already cleaned, but I'm just trimming off the excess fat. I want to rinse this properly. I added it to a bowl, drizzled several drops of distilled white vinegar. And now I'm pouring water. Poured enough water so I can wash it. Use my finger and wash it. It's best if you do this part on the running water. So do as you see me doing, kind of go and look through the chicken and clean it off properly. After that, give it a final rinse. It's best if you do this part on the running water. Alright, so this is what you want. You want a clean chicken, no grain, no fails. Whatever, you can't find a word, forget about it. No grain, we're not playing. Now, get a chopping board. I'm using a chopping mat that I use for meat. I'm getting ready to chop the chicken's breast in chicken's chunks. So get one of these big knife, that's one of the steak knife, and it's easy. I just cut straight through the bone easily with this knife. So you want to use a big knife like this that they use for cutting meat and a bone knife. That's the thing I was trying to remember. I was trying to remember the name of the knife, and I think they call it a bone knife or a steak knife. I don't know if I said a steak knife. You know the name of the knife? I mean, I'll be honest, I don't know the names of the knife, but I'll get it over time. Know that I'm in the game. So do as you see me doing and cut chicken strips first, and then turn it the other way and then cut chunks. You want about 3-inch pieces chicken chunks. Some people like to marinate, like sprinkle the onions over it and allow it to marinate, but I really don't think it's necessary. You'll see why. This is what I'm doing now, just sprinkling some bleach and wiping my area where I just had some chicken. Now, put to heat. I'm using a medium-sized saucepan. Put the stove gauge on 4, medium low. Make sure no water is in the saucepan. Add the piece ginger and the piece garlic. We're going to burn the curry next. Alright, so you should have all this ready because you don't want the pot to get too hot. Oh, I'm making a mess. So now I gotta stop and clean this up because I just cannot continue with it like this. Alright, so excuse me for a second. Some of you guys who quarreling, I shouldn't even have to say anything, you know. This is giving the video character. Alright, now put to heat. Put back to heat. I had to take it off the heat because I don't want it to get heat. Stove gauge is on 4, medium low. Measure and add 2 tablespoons curry powder. Look, you gotta be a little bit faster than I am right here because the pot is getting hot. But it's not that hot, that's why I'm, moving a little careful. Alright, so once you added the curry powder to the eating pot or saucepan, now I like to use a fork and just poke it in the garlic and rub the pot's bottom with the curry powder, burning the curry. So do as you see me doing and kind of burn the curry. You gotta watch this part because if it gets too black, it's not gonna be good. So about 30 seconds later, add oil. I use coconut oil, half a quarter cup, about 4 tablespoons. Add it, and then to stop the curry from burning, make sure the oil kind of spread the oil evenly on the pot's bottom. Or rotate the oil evenly on the pot's bottom. And right after that, add your chicken's chunks. Add the chicken chunks to the burning curry. And what I like to do is just let it stay on one side for like a minute so that I can soak up some of the curry. Just allow. Now after a minute, stove gauge is on 4. See, if I was using a Dutch pot, I would have enough space to flip them over one at a time. But get a big cooking spoon like this and kind of rotate the curry. The chicken's chunk in the burning curry and kind of coat all your chicken pieces evenly. Once you do that, add your sliced onion, pimento berries, mash the garlic, herbs, thyme stick. Save half of the onion and half of the scallion. Add the scallion and save half. After that, stir it in and coat the chicken pieces evenly with the seasonings. Now add 1 tablespoon of sea salt. Stir your pot in. I like to lift and fold. Add 1 tablespoon white vinegar. Distilled white vinegar. Stir it in a few times. Now measure and add 1.5 cup of water. We're using coconut milk today, so we gotta split it at some point. So I'm gonna start with 1.5 cup of water. Stir it in. Use the pan's lid. Cover it properly and allow. It's best if you leave the lid on within the whole time. The stove gauge is on 4, medium low. Allow. Right. Remember, keep the lid on within the time. That's a big tip. Minutes now. Like I said, keep the lid on. I'm just showing it to you really. But this is what it looks like after 15 minutes. I'm just mashing out this 1 piece of garlic that we used to burn the curry. So stir your pot in a few times and use the pan's lid. Cover it back up and allow. Now would be the best time to add your coconut milk. So I'm going to try and be careful this time. I'm looking for the guide. So shake the coconut milk. If you're using fresh coke, you can always use fresh coconut. I'm using this coconut from the package. 20 minutes. Alright, so 20 minutes. This is what it looks like. Add a half of the onion and the scallion along with the pepper. If you don't like spicy food, you don't have to add the pepper. I just like to use the pepper for flavoring. I don't like it for the heat per se. Stove gauge is on 4, medium low still. Alright, now would be a good time to remove the thyme stick. I like to remove it now because it splashes and messes stove up and burns me. Stir your pot in. Now measure and add 1/4 cup of coconut milk. Stir it in. Stir it in your curry stew. Use the pan's lid. Cover the pan properly and allow. Chicken coconut curry stew. Visit JamaicaDinners.com for the recipe. See the package say coconut milk, not coconut cream. If you're using the cream, you're probably going to use about 1 tablespoon or 2 tablespoons. Keep the lid on within the time. Look at my chicken coconut curry stew brewing away. Just bubbling. Looks juicy. A Scotch bonnet pepper waving around in my stew. 25 minutes now. Alright, I can smell the aroma of the pepper. Just to be safe, I'm going to remove the pepper now. Alright, so this is what it looks like, and I'll make a couple stirs. Just stir it in a few times. Look at your stew and then cover it again and allow. 30 minutes later, this is what it looks like. If you must shake it, you can do something like this if you can. Alright, so this is what it looks like. The gravy is thickening. The color is there. It's getting creamier by the minute. So just look at your stew. You can smell the aroma. See where it's going. See how far it is to start sticking to the pot's bottom. Use a pan's lid and cover it. The stove's gauge is on 4. Allow 35 minutes. Before the 35 minutes where we are open it at 30 minutes, you could have added a tablespoon of butter if you're into butter. But I don't use butter unless I'm baking, and I don't bake that much. Alright, so this is what it looks like now. So it's thick enough. Once the stew starts sticking to the pot's bottom, that's a sign to say it's ready. If it's too much water in your stew, you can always turn the stove up, say 6 or so, and then leave the lid off and allow the water to evaporate from the stew naturally, and then all that juicy stew will stay in the gravy and make it thick and juicy like this. Alright, so do what you want. I'm not using any Irish, but if you wanted, you could have diced a small Irish or a carrot and drop it in there about 8 minutes before the end. You saw that. You saw it sticks to the pot's bottom. It's ready. Finish. Turn the stove off. But I'm not using any Irish nor carrot today. But as I was saying, you could have added 8 minutes to 10 minutes to the end. Dice it first though. This is my method of doing chicken coconut curry stew. Put the lid on until serving. Keep the lid on until serving. This is aesthetics. Aesthetics. I'm trying to capture. Alright, you can't say the thing that look juicy. I had to say it because it does look juicy. Alright, so before you serve, sometimes if you allow these stew to sit and mature for say an hour or so before serving, all you have to do is warm it up. The flavor matures. That's all I can say. Alright, so take a scoop of this curry, this chicken coconut curry stew, and lay it on a bed of rice or boiled hard starchy foods. This is chicken coconut curry stew. Visit JamaicaDinners.com for the recipe. Subscribe, like, share. You should try cooking this meal yourself, and when you do, give us feedback. Chicken coconut curry stew. Alright, my time. So I'm just gonna add some more gravy. I'm having my chicken coconut curry stew with, well, you're gonna see me eat it with 2 fingers of bananas, green bananas. It's delicious with plain white rice or boiled dumplings. It's probably good with pasta too as well. We're gonna sample. This is what I like to do. I like to mash the cooked green banana in the curry gravy and just suck up all that juicy curry sauce, all that juicy curry gravy. One of my biggest tips is to keep the lid on within the time. Sometimes I can stay in my place and smell how fresh the person that's cooking pot smells. I can tell how much time they open it, and I can tell if they just leave the lid on, some of the flavor that when they open it escapes. And I'm opening it every minute. So by the time I finish cooking, I think the must taste fresh. Alright, so you see me eating this chicken coconut curry stew. It's flavorful, juicy, no butter is in it. It's cooked with herbs. I love curry. Curry is good for your skin. Curry is turmeric root. It's also good for your blood. But if you eat curry, say once a week or twice a week, you will have beautiful skin, guaranteed. It doesn't matter your complexion. If you're white, black, and in between, if you eat curry, your complexion glows. Alright guys, you see me enjoying this chicken coconut curry stew. Until next time, walk good. way how this chicken curry stew is so juicy, like chew the bone dry. Like this. Excuse me if it's offensive to some.
Yeah, man!